right, so cameraman Matt has lost his drone and lost his confidence in us getting the drone back. So we've been out here filming, and if we go way back here and zoom in on that roof, we might be able to see that little itty bitty drone that is way up there. We got Joe coming at us with a big stick. I don't know what he thinks that's gonna do. No, I got it. And keep watching Toy Shop on Tour.
Thanks, Billy.
Welcome to a shockingly good episode of Toy Shop on Tour.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Billy.
We're in Belgium right now. We've got to travel back through France to the UK.
And coming up next.
Morning, Craig, this is Billy. Really cool. Night of Darkness. And you can see the face. He's a little bit spaceball. Really, really cool. Prototypes and unreleased toys here.
That's an Unreleased G2 toy.
Toy Shop on Tour, Series 3. The return of that TV series that takes you, dear viewer, all around the world as me and the boys buy as many toys as we can and put them in this van.
Action figures.
Dolls, Star Wars, weird stuff,
Transformers.
monsters, space toys, bootlegs, He-Man. Burning rubber, making friends, doing deals till we're home again. Join me, Joe,
Billy Galaxy.
and Matt the Cameraman as we take this Toy Shop on Tour. Say goodbye to France, Billy. We're on the way.
Bye-bye, friends. Whoa, this is like the Death Star trench run, man.
Bit slower.
It is? Oh, that's disappointing. This is my first time in the channel, and this is totally not what I was expecting. This seems really strange and interesting. Can you tell me kind of what's happening here? Anybody?
You drive on to a big train, and essentially you park up, and then 35 minutes later you arrive back in the UK and drive off.
So this is a giant underwater train.
Giant underwater train. Hopefully, let's say underground. I don't want it to be underwater. That's too much of a. Don't like it.
Okay, is that why these doors are closing?
Yeah.
Keep the water off us?
I've no idea. Ow!
Dignity at all times.
Yeah.
What a great intro. Billy's not even here. I don't know what's going on.
I vanished. So we're at our first stop in the United Kingdom, which is Nerd Base, and this will be the first toy store in the UK that I have ever been to.
There we go. Well, it's the biggest one we've got, so can't find anything here, can't find anything anywhere. Come on.
I'll try my hardest.
Morning, Johnny.
Morning, Craig. This is Billy. Billy,
Hey, Craig.
Nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Good.
Well, I'm excited back at Nerd Base again. This is the UK's biggest vintage toy shop, yeah, it's a great place to come and have a look around, have a dig. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting stuck into it.
Good, good. Lots to show you.
I heard you've had a big Transformers collection then.
Yes. Yeah. It's not all out. Can't get it all out.
Oh, I know. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see the rest of it.
Oh, it's got the stockroom then, I think.
Yeah, stockroom. That's
The VIP area.
The VIP area. You've heard it here first. I like the shop. I'm back. I'm interested to see what Billy thinks. His first experience with UK toy shop. I'm more excited for him really than I am myself. I came here recently, bought a few bits for the shop. I would like to see upstairs. I want to see the other Transformers that I've not seen yet. I did see quite a few when I was here last time.
Just gonna caress these Palatoy boxes. These are a much different paper stock than we got in the US. They're really glossy and interesting looking, having handled so many of the other type.
Yeah, a far higher quality box as well.
They
a lot
are,
thicker,
actually.
a lot
Yeah.
thicker than the American one.
I've just never seen a big stack of them like that before. some adventure people down here, Joe.
No, how have I missed them?
Visionaries all the way on the
loose.
bottom. Yeah, but you gotta have a loose set to go with your carded set.
I haven't got space, man. Yeah, so this is all different from when I came in last time. It does constantly evolve, this shop. It's sort of, it's always changing. There's always new stuff coming in. There's a lot more modern than I remember from previous visits. But the shop's got a lot bigger than previous visits, as you will see as we whiz around upstairs, various different rooms. And this isn't just the only place. Craig's also got other franchises open in other places, so you can find a nerd base probably coming to a town near you if you're in the south of England very soon. Not many modern things I actually pick up and go, oh, that's quite cool. Look at that. The artwork's amazing, lovely thing. And it's like a playset stroke diorama. It's amazing. Interactive components. There we go, so you've got to buy the figures separately to get this awesome playset. I'm rather taken with that. I think that's really cool. Artwork sells it.
So this shop has so much space that they can actually provide a tabletop gaming area for their customers, which is super cool. I'm also assuming they must host like trading card game tournaments and stuff here as well. But yeah, this is a whole room full of tabletop gaming books and board games and accoutrements and tables to play them on as well, which is, you know, that's pretty neat that you could go to your local shop, buy that stuff, and play it with your friends at the shop. So I am after old gaming stuff. I love old gaming stuff. I'm looking for early Dungeons and Dragons, almost any early role-playing game stuff, fanzines related to it, old Dungeons and Dragons dice, whatever. Love that stuff. So there's a lot of first and second Garbage Pail Kids here, but it's hard because there's no first perspective, but you can see in the cases, they don't quite fill the cases, and that is because these were produced in Ireland for distribution to the UK market. And they came out a couple years after they did in the US, and they're a little bit smaller for some reason, but it's pretty cool because that gives you a chance to get first and second series cards a lot cheaper than the original American ones.
Right, so last time, well, maybe not last time we were here, but the first time we came here, I got that amazing Black Star gift set. Now, unfortunately, we can't reproduce that, but I have been allowed through the baby gate into the back room this time, now as I'm trusted, and I have pulled out a couple of items. So this Star Team Knight of Darkness, Craig, how much would he be? £100. Yeah, I think we'll have to have him. He's amazing. Really cool toy. So made as a sort of knockoff Darth Vader essentially. Really cool. Knight of Darkness. And you can see the face. He's a little bit Spaceballs. I rather like them. He's lovely. I can tidy that box up, make him look really nice. Yeah, it's cool. Really like that. £100. We'll pop him in the pile. Hopefully pick up a few more things while we're there. This small soldier's gone. These are really tough. They're really cool. You've got the whole pull back and then it's got great satisfying sound. Oh, so cool, man. Yeah. I'm not really one for guns though, that's too much of a pacifist, man. However, what I do like...
You're a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. What I do like is mystic rings, which sounds like some sort of form of like crisp.
Sounds like just a clairvoyant.
Mystic rings.
Mystic ring, tell her I'm out.
Tell her I'm busy. Anyway, hey, I think these are rubbish. If he was slightly monstery, I'd go for it. But because he's just like that, I don't know. But if you want, this is what Nerdbase turn up. They turn up good stuff all the time. You've just got to be here enough to actually pick it up. And you can tell it's early in the week. Because after the weekend the cabinets get all hammered, there's people coming in, it's a busy shop this one. But yeah, really cool thing. But so far, the Knight of Darkness will have to do me on this pile.
This, Billy?
I have. That's the first thing I saw when I walked in the door. was just waiting to ask about it for the opportune time. The Knight of Darkness is, that's Captain Action's body. And that's actually Flash Gordon's gun that they recast. And they used, I think, the original Captain Action boots as well. And then the outfit and the head are obviously all original, but that is a black Captain Action body. Well, actually, it'll bleed dye onto stuff as well if you store it next to other things. So you got to be careful if your toys are close friends. But and that was actually I think Lucasfilm tried to sue them because they had an R2-D2 type fellow and a C3PO type thing that went with this, but because they reused the elements from existing toys from the 1960s, they were able to continue producing these guys. So I'm wondering, how complete is this Death Star down here?
From what I remember, it is very complete. I think it is complete. Yeah.
Could we take a look at
Yeah, of course.
what's going on inside this Death Star box? So, back in the States, our Death Star was very different than the Death Star that the rest of the world got. Ours was tall and kind of goofy looking, had a trash compactor though, which is pretty cool. But the rest of the world got this cool kind of chipboard, half-dome Death Star that kind of is more akin to the actual thing that you saw on screen.
So it has got the dome as well and all the clips.
So designed in-house by Palitoy. People will say the term Grail, and this is probably, for a lot of Star Wars fans, it's Grail. It's actually a very common toy over here, but it doesn't survive very well because it's cardboard, and certainly the bit to always get on it is the lid of the gunner's chair on the top. That is a key piece which Billy's holding now.
Cockpit or lid?
Cockpit cover. I always call it the lid. They're often repro'd as well, so you have to be quite careful with them. But yeah.
Yeah, yellowing's a general sign of authenticity.
Yeah, I had a clear one and everybody said it was repro because it was too nice. It was just very, very nice.
I've never seen a clear one.
Yeah. They don't come up very often.
It's hard to say in cases like this whether it's just exotic to me because I see it less frequently or if I actually like the design. I couldn't give you an honest answer, but I do really enjoy these. And I think they're cool, and I don't know if it's cool because they're more uncommon to me or it's cool because I just think it's cool. It's a mystery that will never be solved.
I think, like you, Billy Galaxy, it's cool just because it is cool. It's not as rare as people think, which is the case with a lot of Star Wars stuff. The stuff that's truly rare is often underappreciated. This is perhaps, for the UK, a little overappreciated as regards its rarity, but as regards its coolness, no, it's a very cool toy.
And there's several different versions of this box. There's a Canadian box, there is a Toll Toys Australia box, and there is a Toll Toys New Zealand box, which I find rather fascinating that New Zealand had its own particular version of this thing. Toll Toys New Zealand is going to be by far the most desirable because that was not produced, you know, in the numbers that even the Australian one was, which is also very rare.
We had a huge collection about 2 months ago now, I think. That has been here a while, to be fair. Usually it would have flown out. Like every other one I've had has flown out, but this one's...
So you're not very attached to it now, really. There's no
No. Same with the shuttle.
Yeah, it's
too
the
big.
big stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That tends to sit now.
Yeah.
And that's often the problem. And obviously Billy's got to think about if you can get it home. And it does weigh a bit because it's all card. The boxes are always billowy. You know, if you've ever seen one with a nice crisp edge, it's very, very unusual because it's such heavy cardboard in there and it moves around. And often the boxes are exactly like that one there, with that sort of wear and tear.
Yeah, I actually bought one of these last time we hung out at Star Wars Celebration in London, and I had this in my suitcase, quite well packed, and even then the whole seam on the top blew out, so now the box just unfolds. That's a difficult piece to transport, so I have to put some thought into this.
Stay tuned, viewers. Billy, what do you call these breaks, these advert breaks in America?
Oh, commercial breaks.
Let's have a commercial break.
Well, there you go, folks. When all else fails, pull out a classic. Fantastic Empire box. I like these. These sort of art boxes. These are good. Quite often these are coloured in, because I mean, as a kid, you would colour that in, right? I would 100% colour that in, put my name on it somewhere. But yeah, this one's, I think this is unscathed. No colouring in at all. Really cool. I quite like that. I have got space for an AT-AT. I wonder what Craig's got on that. It's very presentable. That's a nice box. And not one we see as often, the Kenner box here. I like that. Okay.
That's the version with the pack-in accessories as well.
Exactly.
And did you know that there is a generational pronunciation of this?
Go on then.
So old guys like us, we say AT-AT.
Yeah.
Younger people tend to say AT-AT.
They do.
Isn't that
That is
interesting?
weird, isn't it? I don't know if it's interesting, it's just wrong.
That's right.
It's AT-AT.
Young people are wrong.
Well, how would you call the ATST then? The ATAST.
Well, it's like Scout Walker,
ATST.
Chicken Walker, ATST. It's ATST.
ATST.
So that's where they've got it from, see?
Well,
They've worked backwards.
But it's AT-AT.
Nobody cares about the ATST when you got this big boy here. Like, this thing is like...
Yeah, but you want a whole family
so
of little
cool.
ATSTs
It's like
running
it's
around.
having like your own dog.
Yeah, and some chickens after it as the ATST.
Nobody wants chickens, people want dogs. The B-Wing is a super cool ship design, and then the Star Wars Rebels cartoon, they actually went into sort of the backstory of how that particular fighter came to be, which was pretty cool in my opinion. The box outside of the US on this one is quite different. Ours was a very flat box, and this one is more rectangular. And so that's quite interesting for me, but since the box is primarily what is of interest, kind of the damage here makes it not great for me. I'm gonna put that one back on the shelf.
That's a really clean, apart from the big tape tear there, what a clean outer that is. It's the sort of bi logo, really a tri logo because there's three, but yeah. Battle damage TIE fighter. Not the easy, TIE fighters all sell, that's kind of the rule of thumb. I'm surprised this is actually still on the shelves, so it's a really clean box other than that, and that's what everybody will say when they look at it. They go, oh, it's a shame about that. I go, yeah, that's why it's priced like that. I know exactly what Craig would be saying at that. But yeah, nice thing. Let's go and look at the content, see what they're like. What you've got to look at with any of these when you pick them up. When you look down here, it's really where the issues normally begin. So, working, does it work? Really, these things are very simple, but just to check the battery, this one, as we can see, will not work on first rotation because we have a lot of battery residue and stickiness inside the actual battery compartment. So to clean that, you want to use something like white vinegar. That works really well. Work the mechanism, and then that will come up nicely. But the reason why we check down here is to just check they're completely intact. Usually inside here, there's like a little bit that comes down, a little edge, and a little edge like that. And that arrow at the end is often broken off, so just a flat stub, and then you'll see them glued. So when you see one glued, it's because it's broken inside. This one has got both points that I can see. So that is a working TIE fighter, just not electrically. So when you were flying, you'd have your X-Wing flying behind it, set it up, press the button, wing would fly off. So yeah, brilliant toy. Like a lot of the Star Wars toys, see, this is why Star Wars is such a popular line as regards to the toys. We're not talking about the films, we're not talking about anything else. Just as a toy design, from a toy design standpoint, the Kenner Star Wars designs are some of the absolute best. Whether you like Star Wars or not, there's no denying quite how good they are as a toy.
So Craig, I've got a question for you in this case here. I noticed that you have the Brook Bond Ninja Turtles key cards, and I'm a big fan of kind of early British cards. I'm wondering if you have any other old cigarette cards or other T cards.
Probably not at the moment, because to be fair, most of them don't do that well, because they have like the T cards have like birds and stuff on.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, no, but I'm looking for the cool ones.
Yeah, yeah. Probably not at the moment. We have got other trading cards, like, but nothing like this sort of age. And especially like that's a complete set for like, you rarely get like complete sets that are that cool as well.
Okay, I want to go upstairs. Can we look at this Transformers collection? Because that's kind of, I'm holding out on that Transformers collection.
So this is probably about a tenth of what's left.
So how much was that, Craig?
So there's about a container full of Transformers. It was about 5 van loads in the end. But this was about 3 or 4 months ago. You might have to duck your head a little bit. But yeah, there's a box there. There's all of this stacked up. There's all of that stacked up. Around the other side there's another half tray. There's a few more boxes somewhere as well.
Not making any more of him.
This one's quite cool, Jack.
So, Powermaster Prime, or God Ginrai, as he was. God Ginrai was his this version and the original version, and then the UK version was Powermaster Prime, without all the armoury bits, basically. I'm sure there's a lot more to that story that the Transformers fans will know, but that's my version. I just know the toys. But yeah, this reissue is one of the more common ones you see, so it tends to be a little bit harder to shift. How desperate are you to get out of these Transformers? Are you sick of seeing them, or are you still happy to keep them?
Well, I'm happy to store them.
You've got enough space, haven't you?
I've got a lot of space, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I want to ask the question just in case there was some sort of big bundly deal to be had.
I mean, it could be a big bundly deal.
Yeah?
It depends how big the bundly deal is.
At the moment, I've already done one big bundly deal.
Yeah,
so
you've bought some bundles on this trip, Joe.
I have bought some bundles.
Well, you bought a warehouse.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I bought a warehouse in Belgium. It's Belgium? It was Belgium.
It was Belgium. Yeah.
So yeah, and that's kind of, but Transformers are kind of like something I do a lot with. I do love them.
Well, I mean, they're not doing much up here at the moment, are they?
No, and I've got a full shop. But it's really the animated that I tend to be, out of all the modern stuff really, it tends to be the animated that shift. And I know there'll be some of you which are going, animated aren't modern, they're vintage. They're modern to me. So, you know, they're old now, but they are modern. So yeah, but did you have a full run with everyone?
There was, obviously, like we might have sold a couple of bits, but there was
the
complete
Japanese
run.
ones?
Yeah.
How much did you get for the 2 copters?
I can't remember, Joe. I can't remember.
Ellie, now, we don't often get to do some comics on Toy Shop Until.
Yeah, so allegedly, up these stairs are some comics of an indeterminate nature.
I think it's probably more comics than you realise.
There's always more comics than you realize. There's video games over here too. I do sometimes like those, though they have to be pretty special titles, because usually over here they are in a PAL format, and we had NTSC in the United States, so they're not necessarily compatible if you actually want to play them.
Are the cassette tapes compatible, or?
It's cassette tapes, like an audio cassette?
No, the games. That's Commodore, Spectrum.
No, that stuff was released in a PAL format, because you guys had a different broadcasting format here.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, so I love the British weeklies, but because they're on such a thin paper stock, and nobody in the UK seems to have ever heard of a backing board, the spines are wrecked on all of them. Even when you find new old stock ones from distributors, if they've ever been taken out of the box, they've just been flopping around and the spines get completely messed up. I mean, these are pretty good as far as you usually see them. That one's actually quite nice there. Look at that, Matt. Transformers and G.I. Joe, The Action Force. Got the best of all 3 worlds right there. Oh, that's a great cover there. Shockwave's the coolest. So, in the UK, they did annuals for everything. And they're a mixture of comics, stories, puzzles, games, all kinds of stuff. But this is Hanna-Barbera Super TV Heroes, so it's got, you know, Herculoids, Space Ghost, Harvey Birdman, Mitor, I mean, Moby Dick, like, this is like the coolest Hanna-Barbera stuff that just never became as popular as the other things, but especially Herculoids. I love these guys. You just don't see a lot of stuff with them in it. It's just, you know, the print quality on these was really high, and they were just really cool. And a lot of times they contained original content that, you know, only appeared in these annuals.
And they came out every Christmas, so you got them as a Christmas present.
Oh, is that how it worked?
Yeah. They annually came out in December. For
Just all annuals did?
yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they only came out at Christmas.
So an interesting book right here is a UK printing of Werewolf by Night number 32, which is the first appearance of Moon Knight, who recently had his own Marvel series. But as you can see up there in the upper left, that is a pence mark instead of the, I forget, that would have been a 25-cent, 35-cent issue in the States. But that's really cool to see a foreign variant of that one. I'm liking these Transformers weeklies. They're pretty high grade, what you usually see these in, and some of these defects could be pressed out, but you know, they're hard to transport back without making them worse. I should have brought some proper supplies with me on the trip. I only brought a few spare bags and boards. I generally always have some on me. Yeah, these guys have gotten tons of deliveries just while we've been here for a short time, so these guys must move a massive amount of these modern toys. Makes me sometimes question my own business sense, strictly dealing in vintage. I think I'd probably make a lot more money if I sold this stuff as well, but I like the old stuff. All right, Craig.
Here comes the...
I know that you are buried neck deep in British weeklies that nobody in Britain wants. So
No, that's true.
make me a killer deal on these.
Okay. Yeah, you've definitely gone for the good ones, yeah. Like 150 a stack.
Wow.
So for £200 worth.
It's a mighty high price for British weeklies, but these are really clean examples. Some of the defects can be worked on a little bit. There's a lot of really cool ones. This one's sort of an interesting one at the moment, as it has a Beetlejuice joke book attached as a free gift. Yeah, we'll take those.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I appreciate the deal.
No,
It's a lovely pile.
I'll throw in the Wonder Woman car as well.
Oh.
There you
So Craig, I've got myself a pile of stuff here. The rest of Mouse items are for presents for Matt and Amy, because they've been manning the shop while I've been away. We know we like the Night of Darkness very much. The ATAP, because I've got one, but it's not as nice as this one, and I am fond of the line art box. And this Skull Warrior you pulled out for me, Craig. And I know you had a full set in. This is the one you've got, so it's the odd one out. So, you know.
Needs a new home.
Needs a new home, and it could be with me. As rubbish that is, I actually quite like that. It's quite cool. So yeah, can you do me a little bundle deal on that, please, Craig?
You always do this, Joe. The last time you come in here, I had so many people come
Like cursing me like that. Last time you came in here, like shaking your fist. Yeah. Do what you can,
Craig. You won't
Craig.
see these again, though, Joe.
You won't see these
rare.
again?
No,
I will.
It's going all Antiques Roadshow on us. What's going on here?
I know. You won't see these again until I go to Matt and Amy's house, where they'll be.
350.
That's fine, mate. Yeah, we'll do that for you. Thank you very much, mate. Much
Always a
appreciated.
pleasure,
350. I know I should bargain you down more, but you know we like to give people the opportunity. Craig runs a very successful business here, and I don't want him to have me thrown off the premises. So 350 it
He
is.
doesn't need our help, Joe. He doesn't need this show.
Yeah, what he says goes. Thanks, Craig.
No,
really
you're welcome.
appreciate it, mate.
I didn't even think I can use a card, can I? You're a real business.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to sit.
Thank you so much, man.
Good to meet you.
Enjoy the rest of the UK.
Great time was had at Nerd Base. Now we're off to the Space Bridge. Come on, Billy, we've not got time for this, mate. I want to get back on the road.
Sorry, Joe. I love all this antique stuff, but once I start digging, it's just like, I can't stop.
Decided to go full reporter mode. This lovely handheld mic, interviewing Billy Galaxy as he's visited his first shop in the UK. Was it everything you wanted and more?
It was everything I wanted and much, much more. The surroundings are beautiful. We're out here in is that the countryside? What do you guys consider the
Yeah,
countryside?
well, it's Essex, not far from the coast, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a lovely town, a lovely shop, lovely people.
Now at Nerdbase, space really isn't an issue there. They have absolutely mountains of it. They seem to get, every time you go there seems to be a new part of the building that's kind of like, you've gone, I didn't know this was even here. They go, oh yes, we've just opened this up. So they seem to be discovering rooms all the time. But for the rest of us, a lot of the time, in order to make a bit more space, we need to move shop. And that's the case with Paul at the Space Bridge. He's just moved shop to a bigger premises. So I'm looking forward to going to see Paul, going to see his new shop, and seeing the things that we can really pick up. Because I think we're going to be able to buy quite a bit of stuff from Paul.
I think if those comics have whetted your appetite for some Transformers, Billy, you wait till you see this stuff.
There you go.
It's Starscream.
Finally here. More ice cream. So Matt, tell us a story about how you found these hats.
Well, Burger King in Belgium, I think there's got a promotion on.
Right.
It was these or Wonder Woman.
I want every detail.
And did we eat a Burger King?
Were these legally obtained?
Yes.
I asked nicely.
Did you?
Did you ask?
I did make the universal sign for a small child, though.
Small child?
Well, I'm childless, so it was kind of lying, but
Billy's very
you
childlike.
too, yeah.
And thank you, Matt, for all your help.
You could have worn something relevant to the...
I know.
We come wearing gifts.
I'm wearing gifts.
Wearing gifts.
Wearing gifts. Oh, look at that. This is really good as well. Really good. You've got to go and see it. You're right. I'm Paul.
Billy,
How you doing?
You can wear it like
it's
this.
adjustable.
Oh, actually,
Looks
Hides
good.
my bald
Looks
head.
good on you.
it looks good. This is
That'll be the thumbnail now, won't it?
Let's adjust it for you. Got to get the face on front. There you go.
what a fantastic Lego display.
Admiring
Paul.
that. The Knight's ship is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, the monorail's really tough. Go on then, cheers it.
750.
750. There you go. That was how much is it?
I'm going to close.
Are you?
Yeah, I made a sign up on the door. Yeah, because I've had a really good day anyway. So.
Have you?
Yeah,
Made
when
a
I,
sign.
It's about to get a little worse.
sorry, I've got a film crew in, so I'm just closing up for a little bit. Sorry, fella.
It's got a cameo roll anyway, I'll be happy with that.
There you go. It's a bit bigger than the last one, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Just a tad.
Yeah, it's bigger than the last one, and it's just as well organised.
I don't know about
Loads to
that.
see. It's nice to be back in the shop, just organising the shelves. I go shopkeeper mode. Did it in Nerdbase as well. Dusting things, cleaning things as I go around.
Are these US or UK art?
UK.
So from the weeklies?
Yeah.
What
And
do you
this,
have?
this has got the best joke in the world that you won't get, but Joe would.
I've been studying my Queen's English. or
So
Queen's
this is a
English.
bit of artwork I bought just because of the joke, and I was going to keep it, but this is a real Ghostbusters front cover. This ghost here is called Bruce. What's he holding? He's holding 4 scythes. Is Bruce 4 scythes?
That's brilliant.
That's awful. I thought you were going to go Jaws with that.
No, it's Bruce 4 scythes.
Do you have other weekly pages?
Not here. I probably have, but not here.
And where are they?
In storage or at home, or who knows.
That's no good to me.
And then these are
Yeah, I was
V-
admiring these as soon as I
VHS
came
art.
in. Actually, this one's.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
So, already awesome stuff right out of the gate. Those either know me, know I absolutely love original artwork. And there's already a whole wall full of it right here. Some really unusual pieces. I'm liking your shop, Paul.
Thank you.
So I absolutely love Viewmaster stuff and have a quite extensive collection myself. And Viewmaster is actually from my hometown of Portland, Oregon, though all the European stuff was made in Belgium, but it is a Portland product.
You know,
Through.
it's still used by the US Navy in training.
Yeah, I have the sets.
I had some military ones a little while ago. They declassify them after 25 or 30 years or something.
And they also, 10 years ago, they digitized a bunch of the anatomical Viewmaster sets for use by current medical students, because the photography for those sets that were produced in the 1960s has still not been surpassed.
It's still good, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There are a ton of sets that were never distributed in America, like these 3 right here. This one I may have, I can't remember, but you know, maybe one of my customers will want it if I don't. These 2, I don't even know what's going on with these. I've never heard of either of these things.
Well, Orm and Cheap was a TV series with quite a catchy theme tune.
Yeah.
Richard Briers did the, so it was an 80s TV series on ITV.
I don't believe you. Sing it to me, Matt.
If only Cheap could fly.
If only I could fly.
Okay, and what about this?
I don't know what that is.
I have no clue what that is.
It's about
either.
people from New Zealand?
Yeah, or people that throw fruits in the air, I don't know.
Well, we can look at the V-Master set later and find out.
I like your big chopper.
I get that a lot.
Go on, how much is the turtle soap dish?
Oh, that's cool, Joe.
125.
Does it really float?
Allegedly. I've seen it with the bottom bit of cardboard, but it's the first one I've seen still with the soap.
Second time we've seen the Blue Thunder helicopter on this trip.
Really?
Yeah, second time. How many brakes has it got? How many issues?
It's got a 1 tail fin
Yeah, same like the other one.
and whatever. I'm not sure what's supposed to go over the cockpit because it
There.
looks like there's something broken, but I can't tell.
Yeah.
Because I've looked at pictures online and they look like that.
This one looks like the one we saw
Where do we see that?
in the Netherlands.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Old school toys
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Horse.
How much was it in the Netherlands?
Around about the same money, I think.
Has it got the pilot?
No, I don't have the pilot.
But I think this is nicer than the one in the Netherlands. But there is an elephant in the room here,
Yeah.
which is the Robo Skull.
How much is that Robo Skull?
500. It's nice tight joints is all there.
Did you notice this piece here?
Yeah, that's the elephant in the cabinet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a real rarity right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, for anybody that doesn't know, this is a Japan Airlines promotional machine robo, which is Japanese for GoBots, or I guess in Europe they're what, robo machines?
They're GoBots to us. That would be
Yeah.
that would be a GoBot to us.
Okay, well, GoBots for most people, robo machines for some people, machine robos for other people. That is a really rare piece right there. How much is that, Paul?
250.
God, it's been a while since I've seen one of those even in Japan.
Really clean as well.
It came from Sandown Park.
Really?
Oh, amazing.
Not Japan?
No, it came from a toy fair. And no, they didn't know.
No, I know they didn't know.
They never do.
Yeah.
Now
Because
they
go.
do.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I could make up some fantastical Japanese story, but it was on a table at Sandown Park.
Amazing.
I think that's a better story.
Yeah.
Have you seen that before? The James Bond mask gun.
No.
Wait, what? What are we looking
Look
at?
at that. I've never seen that ever. That is bonkers. Paul, where did that come from?
Germany.
That's so cool.
We were just in Germany and we
We
didn't
didn't
see
see
any
that.
of these.
That's smoking, that is.
There's another
I
one
know.
right there.
I do have more than one.
Wow, well, I think
He's got a secret little box
I might
open
have.
back
How
there.
many more have you got?
Are they multiplying?
Honestly, one other and maybe one damaged. There was 8 to begin with, and I think I've got through half of them.
I think I need to talk to you about one of those.
What do you have on this Fighting Furies hiding in the corner back here?
I had someone come in the store with the story, my granddad used to have a toy shop, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, of course he did, yeah. It's like, my loft's full of toys, yeah, of course it is, yeah, fine. When did the shop close? 1975. So there's no Star Wars. So the best I can hope for is like some Mego or something. And it came in and it was all wooden building blocks, and it was like things, little hammer, and a case of Fighting Fury Ghosts.
Oh, case fresh, getting opened up right now.
I had opened them all to check them.
Crazy time.
So cool, man.
But when he glows, his ribs and his bones glow through. And then underneath that is the treasure map and the paperwork.
So, the Ghost of Captain Kidd, that's from Matchbox's Fighting Furies line, which was a bunch of 8-inch scale pirates, really similar to Mego action figures. But this is undoubtedly, by far, the coolest piece in the line. I mean, it is a glow-in-the-dark ghost pirate. The rest of them is just a bunch of 70s dudes with mustaches or whatever. One might have a peg leg, but this guy wins. How many do you have left, Joe?
None. All mine are gone.
Because you sold them too cheap?
No, they all went to the same source. What I would say is, I know how good they are, and I know there aren't any more cases now. This is it.
This
one.
isn't a salesman spiel. It's my last one, unless I've misplaced any that I don't know. But as far as I can recount, they're all gone. It's certainly the last unbroken one, because in the beginning all the unbroken ones were separated out.
And there was a lot, wasn't there?
There was a
All
lot.
the cases.
Over 50% were broken.
Yeah. So it just shows you, even when these things were new, I mean, we know Migos, things like that, had always dodgy knees and stuff. You'll often find them. These are far, far worse. The survival rate is so low.
So this is a Hasbro presentation board. So when they have meetings and they're just saying this is our new toy coming out, blah blah blah, they'd write all their notes on the back. I've got these with like long notes when they're doing presentations. This is what's coming in the fall and blah blah blah. But I've got quite a few of these. These all come from Aaron at Hasbro.
So that's basically the coolest conference you ever wanted to go be at.
Yeah.
Most people don't like PowerPoint presentations, but this would have been
Yeah.
the presentation to keep you awake.
I have a bit of a theme of, don't film in there, it's terrible, of store displays. You ever seen that one?
No.
Have you watched Transformers the movie yet?
No.
No. That's what we should do tonight.
I'm trying to
Transformers the movie.
With the crowns.
This is a Transformers the movie Japanese video store display.
Wow.
With an inflatable Unicron. So, you know Unicron is.
I know what Unicron is, yeah.
The ball went inside the ring.
This is amazing.
I've got another ball. I should have brought the ball. I've got an inflated one.
Absolutely unbelievable condition as well.
Have you seen the Japanese poster for
Yeah,
the movie?
I own a few.
The B2?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
also the magazine size ones
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I've
Yeah,
got a
that?
set. Yeah. For the movie, I think
That is your thing, though, isn't
it's
it?
one of my things. 30, 40 different posters from around the world. Like Australia had a really weird one. France had a really weird one.
But do you know the story with the Japanese one, why it's so rare?
No, I know it's really, really rare though. It took me a long time to get it.
Well, because as you probably know, that film was not really released theatrically over there, except
No,
for like
it
a
wasn't.
special
Yeah.
screening in Osaka, I think. Well, they printed the posters, so I forget why the film wasn't released. I think it was originally intended to be released theatrically, so they already had the posters printed, but they were never distributed. They were given out at those showings in Osaka as gifts for coming, and as far as I know, that's the only way they were
Really?
ever distributed.
That's cool because they did a slightly smaller one that came with the videotape.
It came with the videotape?
There's the videotape that has the promo reel on it.
Yeah.
I own it. It definitely came with a poster.
Could go on for some time.
I know this is
Like two Jedi legends of knowledge just going at it.
I collect Argos books.
I've got a lot of Argos books.
This is my favourite Argos book.
Wow.
So,
I don't know what this is. Why has it got GG down there?
because he was one of the directors of Argos. So whenever a new Argos book came out, they got a nice silk-lined,
Oh my life.
gold-edged copy of the book.
He's gilded the side. It's like some sort of, it's like a Bible given out. It's like, this is sort of like value on this is sort of, that's amazing. I've never seen that. I never knew that.
So guys, for people that are not from around these parts, can you explain what Argos is?
So Argos is a high street store, basically. You would walk in, you would pick from your catalogue. They have these enormous catalogues.
So everything has a number.
Yep.
Everything has a number.
yeah, so to translate it into American English, this would be the equivalent of like a Sears or a JCPenney's catalog.
Yeah.
So if you wanted your Flymo, number 9,
Yeah.
the 12-inch cut, which was obviously the cut we've all had back in the 80s. This would be number 9, go to the number, And you go, that's the one we want. And you write down with the tiny, like a bookie, you know, like in the pens where you go to a place to go put a bet on a horse. These tiny little pens, a little bit of scrap of paper, and you would put the catalogue number.
Jetfire was exclusive to Argos. Their one was made with the flap back.
Yes.
Actually made like that because it came in a sleeve.
Yeah. Which is the same. I've got a Battle Cat that actually like that
Yep.
now, and that's
And
the
that's,
same.
and that's
with
not, someone hasn't bent it back, they're,
No,
they're
the
factory made.
Yeah.
They're factory made. It starts in 73 and I stopped, I've got none beyond sort of 95 was my cut-off point.
Yeah.
Then I've got all the inserts, the extras. If you get sort of the late 70 ones, they're basically softcore pornography.
Do you have any of those?
I do. But they are, no matter what you're selling, it's an excuse for a lady in a bikini.
That's true. That was the time.
That's what it's like.
Time for a commercial break.
On the subject of ridiculously unpolitically correct, in the 90s,
Slightly worried about what he's going to show now.
Mattel tried to buy Hasbro forcefully. There was a forceful takeover attempt.
I think I know what this is going to be.
And well, our ones were worse than your ones. There was a campaign in Hasbro US and Hasbro UK called Hands Off Hasbro. And that's the badges that was given out to Hasbro
that
UK
is not what I was
staff.
thinking of.
Action Man strangling Barbie.
And they.
What?
This came from the head of Boys Toys UK, Hasbro, who recently passed, sadly, Andy. And you can find, there are pictures of toy fairs of them wearing these.
Wow. That's so cool, man.
Do you have any more of these?
Not that I'd say. I do have doubles, but I'm not selling them for now. There was I only originally got I think 4, and I gave one. I gave one away, so I think I've got 3.
Well, I know
The quest begins.
Yeah, definitely want one. That's sweet.
This is the sort of thing I thought you'd like.
I've been looking at Tonka stuff with this guy all week. This is the
that's
coolest
amazing.
Tonka thing I've seen in a while in your hands right here.
That's so American. I think it might be actually bulletproof. That's how American that is. Look, that's probably a bullet. That's kind of that sort of
And these
toys.
are newspaper printing presses.
Oh, that's sweet.
So with your special effects, you'll have to reverse the image, so people can.
I don't think you understand our special effects are that special.
Can you just mash it into Joe's face?
Yeah, push it in his head.
We can make some toasties with that tonight.
The same again.
Yeah.
Oh, Highlander. Oh, Back to the Future. People will be excited about that one.
Yeah, that was
Untouchables. That was a great movie.
This is just a selection of some of the ones I've got.
So this trying one, this catalogue, I've actually this is a form, and this image is part of the catalogue as well. This is part of a form that you sent off, I believe.
And that bit would be blank.
Yeah.
To put the local toy store details
That's it.
on, and then they get. You can see some of them have the holes where they would get attached into the printing press.
Yeah. These are really cool.
These ones I've had early 90s. I bought these at a church fair. There was and I left behind hundreds and hundreds of them.
But
I just picked out films and things that I liked
yeah.
because I was a teenager and it was.
No, so you've had these for a long time.
I've had them for a long time. That one I got fairly recently actually.
Yeah, it's lovely. I've got the paperwork for that. Look at that.
I know.
Yeah, it's really thick, man.
Now it'd be a flimsy bit of plastic that
Oh,
would
there's
just.
no giving that.
that would
You
just
slap
disintegrate.
someone with that, yeah. Oh,
That'd make a killer belt buckle.
it would. It's about in scale as well.
You'd look so tough. There'd be 2 Fs.
Yeah.
You said bring stuff I might sell.
Okay.
These I would sell because they're expensive. But it's a full set of LJN
Cool.
product line. And I think these were also Thundercats, which is why I included them,
Yeah.
Wow. I owned that briefly. One of them I owned.
You did?
I owned a feliner, yeah.
Wow.
So this existed in prototype form, not production form, but it got really late on in the process, didn't it?
Yeah, they got as far as test shots.
Yeah. So there are a number of them. I've not seen one come up for sale for.
I did my classic thing of I got it and then sold it at the same show, which I've done many times with rare things because I got carried away.
I feel you.
Yeah, I got carried away and I got a good offer and it was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge. As a set, a scary amount, like 600, because what the feliner one goes for a lot.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the pocket money toy one is tough.
Yeah. Well, the pocket money toys themselves are hard to find in nice nick.
But these came from a toy designer who was just their archive one. I bought everything they had just to get their Hasbros. How many of these have we had over the years? I've had some.
Yeah, not all, some.
Some I've never seen.
Yeah.
I think I got that sword in the cabinet. Actually.
You have.
I like paper. You know, you like paper as well.
I do like paper.
We're both people that like paper.
What, not rock or scissors?
No.
No, it's really the worst game of rock, paper, scissors ever. Me and Paul, it's just paper.
I had a gentleman come in the shop, a very, very elderly gentleman that worked for Bandai. And we actually became quite good friends as time went by. And he sold me quite a lot of stuff. But he literally had, like, I mean, this was a sealed case. So this was literally a sealed case that I opened. Sadly, 70% of them were Star Trek.
I know.
But he gave me some stuff which I've kept for my own collection, which I've tried to pre-edit. So I have his ID card from when he worked there. I have letters from the owner of Bandai Japan, who has now passed away. Hand-signed letters from Japan. Oh, when we pulled the cases out, so this is one of the Turtles cases. They had the original shipping notes, and he gave me his watch.
Oh,
wow.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
They were a toy fair. They are out there. These are known and they're all numbered. But they do all tend to go back to employees. And some turn up in Japan for some reason. So they must have gone to Japan at some point. So this is the kind of stuff we were finding. So they're all sealed up. I opened them to see them, but that's as far as I've got. They're just...
Search for Spock is over. There he is.
How much is a case? Go on, let me talk to me about a case. How much can you afford to lose?
I didn't know you did pity buys, Joe.
100 quid the case. That's 16.
16.
Actually, do you know what? Do 80, double up. We all have to double up in life. You like it as that though.
Oh,
You're like me, I like it as a thing.
Yeah, go on, I'll do it for 80. I have got customers that will buy Trek. It's just, you know.
Make an advert for it now on Toy Shop on Tour.
Yes, if you do need any Star Trek figures from Playmates, may I suggest visiting the Space Bridge? Or if all else fails and there's been a sudden rush, come and see us at Leicester Vintage. We'll probably have some left. Is that Tonka thing for sale? It doesn't have to be. I've got a passing interest. It's not my thing, so.
It's not 100% my thing either, which is what.
Yeah.
I just bought it because it was.
It's cool.
It was what it was.
I mean, I'm not going to. I'd just put it in my office and just stick it on the door or something.
Leave it to one side.
We'll talk about it. Belt buckle.
Right, let's do Transformers I think Joe's never seen.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen.
So you know Monstructor?
Yeah.
In Japan, you could get Monstructor, these dinosaurs.
Oh my life. I've heard of this, but I've never ever seen one.
Yeah, called Dino King.
So at Toyplosion, Peter actually bought a bootleg of one of these from Leo.
Yeah.
I don't think he quite understood what it was. I think he thought it was a Dino Riders mashup, but this is what that was.
Because he's got the same sort of style fist, hasn't he?
He's the same mould.
Is he exactly the same mould?
That piece is exactly the same mould.
I'm getting very nervous about the gold plastic on it.
Yeah, he does suffer.
Yeah.
The story I got from someone at Hasbro was to make the colour, they mixed two colours. They mixed black and like a bronzy thing. Yeah. And it's just the two colours separating.
But yeah, I understand that. But didn't they have a lot of returns on gold plastic at the beginning?
No. As far as I know, I think it's a time delay thing. Yeah.
It's just going to keep getting worse. And it's certainly.
Yeah. I can remember toys at the time being rough as hell with them.
I mean, I don't remember when I first started my store. I don't remember anybody talking about gold plastic syndrome.
Yeah,
or
that's
anything.
true. That's true.
I thought I'd bring some loose ones because with Japanese Transformers, you always see boxed ones, but you never see like loose ones that you can play with. So.
Joe likes to play with his toys.
Black Shadow.
That's true.
Which is a repaint of
the wing, the Pretender blue.
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
No. I've got one. I've literally got one.
Do you get partial point for wing? Thunderwing.
Yeah. I always get mixed up between Darkwing, Dreadwing, Thunderwing. There's too many wings.
There's lots of wings.
Chicken wings.
I'm with Joe on this. I get my wings mixed up as well. I don't think I've ever actually seen a loose one of these.
No.
I've seen a boxed ones several times in Japan, but I have never seen one out of the box.
Oh man. So
You need his bits on him to make him look better.
this is the colours that.
It's Disco Metroplex.
Metro Titan.
That's.
Paul's doing a pretty impressive show and tell here.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? And this is like
This is what I could grab at 2 minutes' notice.
This is like minuscule.
It's giving away how Toy Squad Tour is put together.
That's Metro Titan,
So
which was modified, has a modified moulding to take a ramp.
a ramp, as in like the Micromaster
Yeah,
ramp.
because he came with a Micromaster.
So this was released in Japan in that era. Was it actually?
89, I think
Yeah.
he was.
So
80.
Micromaster
Yeah,
era.
89.
That's amazing.
He came out. But again, it's one of these, like you say, you see them boxed all the time. You never,
say all the time.
No,
but you don't see loose ones. You don't see loose. Did you see us did this over here, by the way, Joe?
I haven't even seen Overlord standing there. When was that? When did that get put there?
Before all of this.
Man alive, there's a massive Overlord standing there, and I've been walking around looking at toys. And this is what I mean, Toys from Tour, we go around and seeing things that are amazing, and we go like, oh yeah. And then in the background of the shots, you're seeing other stuff, and I've just stood next to a large Overlord standee.
Yeah, that's mine as well, that's not for sale.
Yeah, I know. That's so cool.
From
man.
Woolworths.
It's from Woolies.
It was a Woolworths standee. Yeah. Oh, it's got a little bit of Japanese writing, but maybe. Oh, sorry.
What does that say? Oh, it can be really rude. I'm at, back in 10 minutes, it says.
Probably. So you say you like Pretenders. Pretenders are awful. There's one really good Pretender though, which is this guy. So, I'll tell you why he's cool. There you go, feel that.
Yeah,
He's metal.
yeah.
It's called Metal Hawk.
Yeah, these are cool.
Yeah, it makes like a. Oh, the pressure.
You're a brave man.
No, I know.
Oh, don't, Paul.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
You don't want to be that guy that broke that toy
Yeah.
on camera.
On camera. That's Metal Hawk. He's quite cool.
This thing's super cool. Paul's blowing me away here with this show and tell session.
But I love these Japanese boxes that came with these. And you could get most of them in this box, couldn't you? So, and they've got different names as well, which is quite cool on those boxes to the UK releases. Always like to see that.
That's Megatron's long lost cousin.
Yeah.
Again, you've had these before.
Yeah, yeah. Is it Browning?
Browning, yeah. Just a Browning, but it's nice to have one that you can open and mess with.
So do you do much on the Microman side of things?
A little bit. I collect some myself. This guy's crazy flimsy though, but
The reason he comes with bullets is he will actually shoot these bullets out, as will the original version of Megatron from the Microman line.
Yeah.
I always buy transforming guns when I see them.
and that's why it came with two sets of fists. It was one that you could shoot and one that you didn't. Some prototypes, because you know I love prototypes. This is Tidal Wave, but I call him Toothpaste Tidal Wave.
It's Armada Tidal Wave.
Armada Tidal Wave, that's
Yeah.
the one. At the time when Armada was being made, security at the factory wasn't that good.
With him then, he's really late sort of start because he's playable, right?
Yeah, he's a
So
test shot.
He's test shot, so he's about ready.
What you'll find is where there's so many test shots, there was obviously a concern.
Yeah.
And it was going back and forth to Hasbro for something. There was something that they were unhappy about.
The more often they got it wrong, or in Hasbro's eyes, they got it wrong, the more often it'd be sent back.
Provenance is key to this stage
Exactly.
of this stuff.
Exactly.
If you cannot, identify where these pieces came from, it's really easy to get ripped off buying this stuff. So you really got to know what you're doing.
That's an unreleased G2 toy. It came
Really?
out. It came out. You know the battle rollers
Yeah.
that pop up. Yeah, it's one of those. I can't remember if he still works.
He looks better than the actual production one, to be fair.
I don't think he works. Yeah, it doesn't work. But this mould did get released in Japan in Beast Wars 2.
Right, okay, so it did actually end up...
But it was red. The
Yeah.
blue is the unreleased
Wow,
G2.
really, really cool.
There was a lot of unreleased G2.
So we've covered prototypes and unreleased toys here.
This came from a ex-Hasbro person that worked on the G1 line in the US.
Yeah.
This is their... They got called into a meeting, 1985 Transformers. And this was their meeting notes. And it's everything that's coming out. So we have large Insecticons from Bandai,
Wow.
deluxe Insecticons. And we have blue truck, plane, spaceship. Didn't have names yet. Describing the new jets. Grey plane, dark blue plane, red plane. So these are the original colours of the prototypes. And then it gets... Oh, helicopter and jeep from Bandai.
Right, okay.
Robuster and Whirl.
Yeah.
And then motorised play set from Toy Box, Mega Supreme. Remote controlled jeep from Intex of Korea.
What's that?
Never came out. But my favourite thing is, he said, I made some notes on the back of the sheet during the meeting. Why don't we put all the Constructicons in one box for Christmas?
Oh.
Wow. All 6 in one piece.
Because that's how it was sold in Japan. It was sold in individual boxes and as a gift set.
Yeah.
They said, well, why don't we... He said we want it for Christmas. So let's put them all in one box. It was his idea. He said,
The big present. for
This
Christmas,
guy was the first guy to come up with gift set. These were the this was the press release for the suits that Hasbro made.
Oh, man.
Wow.
They made them for they're on the commercials. You could win a party with them, and they went to Universal Studios as well. I own the smallest bit of the Starscream. I got the hand. Also, these were at the movie premiere because there's a famous picture that I put online because I own the negative of Robert Stack
Right.
fighting with Thundercracker in a suit.
Oh,
That's issue 0 coming next week.
wow. I thought it was just a flyer.
No, it's like a little.
Does it actually say issue 0?
No, that's just what I've named it. Is Hasbro have just said they're making this toy. So this is the original design for RC.
Wow.
And they actually did prototype this. It's a well-known prototype, but they're actually making this toy now. Little teenage Paul
Oh.
went into a shop and I was like, can I have that sign?
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
That's the poster. That's your free poster.
That's amazing, Paul.
But that was literally in my early days of collecting. I had the common sense to say, so,
Ooh.
a proof card
That's totally rad.
and a different character and a mock-up card with like completely just scribbled artwork.
Yeah.
You don't give these pictures a second glance and then you get the original art. And they're beautiful.
Yeah.
This was done by my friend Marcelo, and he did all the alternators line, but he kept cutting off the legs, so he stopped drawing the legs after a while. So in Japan, you could buy 3 Power Masters, just Power Masters, that came in little boxes. They all came in the same box. But the box had no character artwork. This is the countertop box. So this is what would have been in the shop. So it is a little bit wrecked, sadly. It's had a hard life. But this would have been on the counter at some point, full of these.
Wow.
And as far as I know, and people of the internet will leap to correct me,
Of course.
there's only 2 of these been found, including this one.
So, when I first started going to Japan in the 90s,
They were everywhere.
these were everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every shop
seen
had
this?
a pile of them. I have never seen one of these ever.
So this was in the States, right?
Yeah,
There were
this is
dates. There were
yeah,
dates
this is all
there.
Rhode Island. So this is from a meeting, and someone sketched on the back use this sort of face for Megatron. That's the exact face that's on the box.
Wow.
So this is super cool that you have this whole pre-production run like this, because a lot of times this stuff gets separated, pieced out to different collectors.
That's it.
And you have the production date stamps on this. So you could put this in chronological order and really sit down and see the entire production process from start to finish. So this is like toy history right here. For a pile of folded up paper and photocopies and scribbles, this is a valuable pile of stuff.
Yeah. And I've got this for quite a lot of G2. I've got it for this, for Prime, the mini bots.
Yeah, come on, man, Megatron and Prime. I mean,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got Megatron and Prime.
Right, Paul, let's sort out these bits I'll put to one side. This would be the pile that I would like. I've got £3.50 on me.
What's this pile over here?
Oh, that's my pile. Sorry, I got confused with all that very valuable paperwork. So I've built myself up a little pile of lovely things. I've got the cowl, who's, you know, that's a really good price, I think.
Is that Simon?
Simon Cowell. Better dress sense than Simon, I think. Oh, the trousers are quite high though, if you count them as trousers. Oh dear. Anyway, this though is really cool. Just James Bond mask crossover. And that one, I think, I just want to. That's just a very cool thing that's going to probably come and live with me. There is more that I want. I'm looking around, but I'm very conscious of there are a few days left. I've spent a lot of money, and yeah, got to be careful.
What do you have on the Star Wars pencil pen down here?
30. And that's early.
Yeah, can I take a look at that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's coming with me. That is super cool. What other weird UK bits and bobs do you have in here?
Return of the Jedi. I think there's a couple of Return of the Jedis. Yeah.
Well, video store posters have a way lower price point than like theatrical posters or some other promotional posters, so I'm going to pass on most of these, but since this one's in such great shape, I am going to add one of these Return of the Jedi posters to my pile. So, the good thing about hanging out with other smart guys that collect toys, somewhere in this room and elsewhere, we've had this conversation earlier in this trip, Joe, with some other interesting folks. So this is a Taiwan Boba Fett. So typically a Taiwan Boba Fett is going to have a very specific molded blaster, which you will not be able to get through this case on that camera, but this is not it. It's a unique blaster that was produced only in Taiwan and only came with a couple figures that would include this one. Now in the US, this figure would have never been distributed without a Taiwan blaster. There's a specific Return of the Jedi card with that figure, and then the Droids Fett also had it. But as I've been chatting with some folks internationally here, it turns out a lot of the stuff in the UK, so the Palatoy stuff, the stuff was genuinely mixed up.
Yeah. The ultimate example of this, I suppose, is the Luke Stormtrooper. In the US, on a Power of the Force card, he would have a solid black blaster. And this is really nerdy, so please don't switch off. We'll be brief. But in the UK, he was more often found with a blue-black blaster, similar to what would be actually with that Fett there. Weapons were just matched up, sent from overseas, and we know the people that put them on cards. They weren't going, hold on a minute, that blaster doesn't match. It was whatever they had on that line at the time, and they weren't matched for country or anything like that. So for us, that is a perfectly acceptable and exactly as it was as a child.
And if I brought this back to the US, people would argue and be like, that's sealed up with the wrong accessory, what are you trying to do, you're ripping me off. But if I'm not mistaken, this guy could have come like on a Tri-Logo card or a Palatoy card, exactly like this. So it's all a matter of perspective as to what that correct accessory is.
I've picked Matt a gift out because I've not bought him anything yet. So there's my gift for Matt. Matt that famously wasn't buying anything on no account.
I'm not buying it, you're buying it for me.
On no account was buy many presents. That was your words, Mr. Holt, and once again, we've suckered you in. The power of toys, you see. As much as I'd love to take that, I can't afford Dino King, sadly.
No, I thought that was in your pile, Joe.
Oh, I would love that to be in my pile, but no, I'm not allowed, definitely.
Oh man, are you getting Chopper?
I'm getting Chopper, yeah. He's the one from
I love Chopper.
the theme park. I do as well. That's
I've
going on
never
my
seen
shelf
this
at
one.
home.
Galaxy's Edge one.
Galaxy's Edge.
We got pen and paper,
You know, I'm just going to
fag packet maths as we used to
balance that on there for now. Then I've got the
60, oh, tenner,
Chopper,
tenner,
Cal,
20.
25,
20. What did I say, that 30?
30.
You need some meat on the bones, I know
I
that.
do.
120 the two.
And then we've got the mail away GoBots puzzle.
I already put that on there.
Oh, cool.
20.
Right. So we're kind of added up. We've just got the Tonka sign to talk about. My either new belt buckle, if Billy gets his way, or if I get my way, on top of my office. That'd look amazing. How much is that, Paul? A lot of noises.
I'm giving it to you.
You sure? Oh, man, come on, give me a pull.
Do you know why? Because you gave me that thing at TF Nation last year, and I really liked it.
Oh, I've got something else for you, but I'll just keep
That's right.
forgetting it every time I come down here.
Because I know that is going in your room.
It is, yeah. It's going to go in my collection room.
Congratulations, Joe, on a super special piece.
Thanks, man. Do you want some money then?
Yeah.
Suppose I must.
3.
Well, it's been a less expensive day today,
450.
but I am paying for dinner, so you know. We'll see how we go, eh?
Fish and chips on the beach.
We've been downgraded. Fish and chips to share, just one.
Do you want card or paper?
Watch out for those
Cards,
seagulls,
fine.
buddy.
$855.
Good job.
800.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right. While we wait for Uncle Paul to lock up the shop, because we're all going out for a big slap-up meal all on Uncle Paul. Well, I say that, I've already promised that I'll pay for it, so that'll be me.
We visited Nerd Base and Space Bridge today. Neither of those shops disappointed.
Now, we're off for a lovely slap-up meal, but for you guys, next time we'll have this on the main menu. What's with these? Do you know anything about these? I'm trying to leave with a last minute deal. Chris has been all emotional. Billy's still spending money, can't get around the door. Toys you want or 3?
Not sure about this roving reporter shtick.
It's not a stick, it's a handle.
Well, these Transformicons better not disappoint.
No change there.